During a cold winter night in a small New England town, a sudden blackout plunged the neighborhood of 42 Maple Street into total darkness. Without power, the houses took on stillness. But as the hours passed, some residents began hearing strange noises, a scraping sound, almost like claws dragging across wood outside their windows. Terrified, they soon discovered that the blackout was hiding a figure that seemed to move between the houses, only visible when faint glimpses of moonlight filtered through the clouds. Appeared like a shadow, a creature with unseeing eyes, lurking in the darkness. When the power finally returned, the residents thought it was over. But soon after, a family disappeared from one of the houses. Local legend holds that the spirit of an old inhabitant who had died years ago in that very area during a blackout had returned, seeking revenge on the living, disturbing its eternal rest. Police investigations have turned up no clues, but to this day, the neighborhood lives in fear that the next blackout will bring the shadow back to their dark, isolated suburban neighborhood covered in snow, with only faint moonlight illuminating the scene. Shadows lurk outside of old houses with frosted windows, one of which has a faint handprint on the glass. Eerie, misty surroundings add to the mystery. In 2010, an old apartment complex in Millfield experienced a power outage late one rainy night. Residents quickly found that their flashlights and emergency lights wouldn't work in the eerie darkness. Some neighbors tried to leave, only to find the doors locked from the outside. Panic spread as muffled whispers and distant footsteps echoed through the empty halls. A group of residents gathered in the lobby to comfort each other, but then a blood-curdling scream was heard from the third floor. When they rushed up, they found a resident's door wide open, the room empty and cold, as if life had just been sucked out of it. Just when the terror became unbearable, the lights flickered back on. The missing resident was never found, and paranormal investigators later determined that the apartment was built on the remains of a burial ground. The complex has been known for sporadic blackouts since, with strange occurrences reported whenever the lights go out. Residents who remain avoid speaking of that night, leaving newcomers to discover the chilling history themselves. A dimly lit, rain-soaked apartment complex with faint silhouettes visible in some windows. The scene captures an empty, haunting lobby with flickering lights, a third-floor hallway where an open door reveals eerie shadows. A sense of dread hangs in the atmosphere,